SWB audio capture, not registered. SWB audio capture, not registered. SWB audio capture, not registered.
Hello. Can anybody hear us or see us? Gonna make sure Georgia can come through. She should be coming through. I just can't hear her currently. That's my fault. Hang on. Georgia, talk for me.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, that's better. Hopefully you can hear us now. This is a bit of a, again, another dummy run, because as usual, some things work and some things don't work. So if you can't hear us, do let us know. If there are any issues on the line, please let us know. Also, hello, welcome. My name is THF. Georgia, do you want to introduce yourself? Hello? Georgia, can you hear us? I don't think Georgia can hear me. Georgia, can you hear me? You just spoke and now you're not speaking. Why are you... Apparently your microphone is off. Georgia? This is going so well. Okay, I'm coming through. Okay, tell you what, I'll let Georgia get her headphones sorted out, and I'll say hello to everyone in the chat. So hi. Yeah, as I said, I'm THF. I'm one of the co-creators of the Homewood Foundation, and tonight we're going to be doing a live watch-along, listen-along of episode 2, Train Themed. Got released to general public yesterday, and then was released to our patrons and Kickstarter backers on Monday. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure and delight to have you here. And yeah, and you know, we've got 9 people so far. That's brilliant. Thank you again for joining us. We've had some really lovely positive responses so far, and I think we've got a Georgia back. Georgia, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is that a no? Can you hear me?
Hello, I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I'm not sure where you're coming from, but I can hear you.
Hey, cool. Right. Yes, cool. Right. Well, I can hear you now. That's all good. Right. So, yeah, I think we're just going to really just jump in and watch the episode. And then we're hoping to talk about it afterwards, but we'll see what is going on. We are testing the system, so if there is a bit of a lag, do let me know. I think there is a bit of a lag on George's end. Which is a bit concerning. But according to the chat, they can hear and see us both. So that's a good sign, I think. Absolutely just double checking on my end. Georgia, could you speak for me again, please? You're not muted on my end at all, Georgia, by the way. So it should be working fine. Cool. Okay. Right. Just double checking if Georgia can hear me, because I'm not sure she can. Hello. See, this is the joys of having new software to use. We don't know if anyone is coming through or not. Okay, let me just try something on my end. Just to make things easier for Georgia. Hopefully it's going to help. Who knows if it will. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry. Yeah, there's no other system on my end to unmute myself. Everything should be as it is, as it was before we started recording. Sorry for the hold up, everybody, but I think it should be fine on my end. There's nothing I can do to change what's going on.
I'm afraid there's a massive lag for me for you.
Yes, I think that is the case. Interesting. Has anyone else struggling with the lag?
About 15 seconds.
Okay, I see. Okay, well, I'm not really sure how to fix that on my end. Tell you what, shall we just...
Actually, no, it's longer than that. It's about 30 seconds.
Okay. Right. Tell you what, let's put the audio on. At least then that doesn't involve us talking, and we'll just put the podcast on, and we'll see how it goes from there. So sorry everybody if it's a bit awkward. But yes, we'll do that. Sorry again. So we're going to put the audio on, and Georgia, I'm going to mute you on my end. Okay, cool. In that case, let's do this. And yeah, if there's any problems, anything else, chat, please let me know. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Hopefully this will be a bit easier when we come back. And enjoy Homewood.
You are listening to the Homewood Foundation. Episode 2, Train Fiend. Content warning. This episode contains swearing, themes of possession/removal of bodily autonomy, depictions of violence, including implied violence to animals, and brief sounds of vomiting. Listener discretion is advised. This episode is dedicated to Faye and Keith.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Arthur Jones. I'm stepping in for Mr. Harker this morning. As head archivist of the Lucy Westenra building, I am more than equipped to answer any questions regarding the incident in Whitby. Now, one at a time, please. Yes, you, in green.
Thank you. Lucille Young, The Telegraph. Why is Mr. Harker not attending today's conference?
I'm afraid Mr. Harker has been taken unexpectedly ill and is returning to our London offices. He regrets that he cannot speak with you all at this time. Anything you would ask him, you can ask me.
We were all very sorry to hear what happened in Whitby. Do we have any new information about the source of the explosion?
There is no new information beyond what we've already released to the press. It is believed that a gas leak caused the explosion. We are holding a private investigation and are keeping the authorities informed. Next question, please. Oh, Collins. Hello. We're both quite away from home, I see.
Yes. Hello. Collins from the Whitby Gazette. I wanted to ask if you had any comments on the recent wild animal attacks near Whitby.
I don't know why we would. The Westenra building wasn't a zoo.
No, of course not. But it does seem an odd coincidence that they began at the same time.
The attacks are a matter for the local authorities. If there were any way that we could assist, I assure you we would. I'll take 2 more questions, starting over there, in the blue shirt.
Francesca Royal, from The Guardian. Concerning those who lost their loved ones in this building collapse, what will you be doing to compensate them?
This was a horrendous accident, and the loss of life is unacceptable. I consider everyone at the Westenra building not just a colleague, but a friend. That is to say, I will do everything in my power to ensure their family's safety and comfort at this time. I think that's enough questions. I'm sorry, but we have a lot to be getting on with. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones.
It's Jonathan. I hope I'm using this correctly. I wish to have this recorded for your benefit, Mina, and mine, in case I must be held accountable for whatever I do next. When I awoke this morning, I endeavored to check on the backpack, as has been my routine these last few days. It was not where I left it, within arm's reach of where I slept, but instead lying beside the tent door. When I moved to snatch the bag, that damnable head nearly rolled into my lap. Please understand me, Mina. It had chewed its way out of the bag. As I turned it over, I found this. A rat, sticking out of its mouth, half eaten. I don't know how he has done it, but it is clear to me now, more than ever, that we must do something. I fear where this may lead. I understand your agreement to keep this monster in our sights, Mina. I really do, but truly, I don't see what further harm could be done by destroying it. Burying it even. Putting it somewhere it can do no further harm. Can you hear me, Count? I will not let this continue. I shall not allow you to do whatever it is you are planning. Answer me, you wretched thing!
Jonathan? Jonathan!
Mina?
It's Maddie. What's going on?
Look. Look at this. Look at what he's done.
Oh, is that a rat?
He chewed his way out. He is feeding Miss Townsend.
But that can't be possible. It's a head. Doesn't even have a tongue, let alone a throat. How could it eat
When we fought him last, he was able to call animals to his will, make them do his bidding, don't you see?
Perhaps the rat gnawed its way inside the rucksack by itself and got caught in the mouth.
And chewed itself to death.
We'll wrap the head in something thicker. See if we can repair the bag when we reach civilization.
The tent bag, perhaps. Seems thick enough.
It'll have to do for now. It's not as if any of us can get the tent back inside it anyway, eh?
Quite. I'm sorry. I should not overexcite myself. We must think calmly and rationally. That is what Mina would want.
I know. It's okay, Jonathan. We're all on edge. Help me with this?
Oh.
Oh. Listen.
What?
The birds have stopped singing.
What? It is Jonathan again. I wish to apologize for my outburst earlier. I think perhaps the events of the last few days have affected me more than I realized. One moment it is morning, then when I next open my eyes, it is late afternoon. I am aware that time has passed and sometimes conscious of having spoken words that were not my own. But otherwise there is darkness. I do not like being trapped. We are walking again. We packed and left as soon as we could, following the incident with the head. As I understand, it has been half a day since the thrall attack. We are still walking to York. The weather is dry, and the moors are beautiful. Their bucolic greenery is almost comforting. But sometimes things pass overhead. Immense, gleaming contraptions I now know to be aeroplanes. Or a monstrous rumble will cut across the stillness, and I am reminded all at once, this is not the England I left behind. Right now is the longest I have found myself awake since this strange nightmare began. I do not know whether to consider this a boon or, given this morning, some terrible harbinger. I have not yet been able to contact you, Mina, though I find myself more and more grateful for this recording device of Miss Townsend's. I have listened to your recordings over and over, my love. I know Mr. Larkin and Miss Townsend have access to these also, but I wanted to have it on record that I miss you terribly, my darling. I want you back with me more than anything. Although listening back through your recordings these last few days, I have noticed a discrepancy in your notes. You, I'm not quite sure how to inquire. You mention us having a... Mina!
Still, Maddie. Have you finished recording?
Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Oh, here, may I assist you?
Yeah. Thanks. I think I spotted some rooftops over in that direction. We're getting close to a village or something. Someone's got to have a phone we can borrow.
Well, Amina's foundation may yet assist us. How is your foot? Perhaps I should carry your bags.
I'm really all right, Jonathan. I found a good stick. I can walk.
Forgive me, but you do not look all right.
Neither of us looks particularly wonderful right now, do we? Look, it's very sweet that you're being protective, but I can handle myself. It's just a sprained ankle.
But Miss Townsend...
It's Maddie! And no buts. I'm not a damsel in distress, and I'm not really your wife. You do understand that, don't you?
I do. I do understand. But I keep thinking of that moment when I first awoke, and your eyes changed, and you were...
I know. I'm sorry.
Our marriage began and ended in despair. I must do right by her in this strange new world.
I don't think there's any more you could do to prove to Mina you would fight for her. And please understand that both of us are perfectly capable of looking after ourselves.
Of course. Of course, Madeline. Maddie. I shall try my utmost.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now, let's get moving, shall we?
Right. Yes. Onward we go.
Hi, it's Maddie. Jeremy's back, and currently retching into a bush, so I thought I'd record something to mark our progress. We've made it to a village called Strensall. First time in days walking on pavement. It feels safe. There's a post office, some hiking shops, and a pub. So hopefully we'll find a phone that actually works. Feeling better?
I feel like I've been dragged backwards to a fucking hedge. Thank you so much. How long was I gone?
Since last night. Maybe 12 hours?
Just what I fucking needed. Oh! What's that smell? Is that the bag?
Yeah, that would be Jonathan's idea. We covered it in wild garlic. Picked some up on the hill.
Wonderful. More reasons for people to think we're insane.
He had good reason to be cautious. He found it eating a rat this morning.
What?
Exactly. I think we need to keep a closer eye on it. That thrall last night found us somehow. And back in the archives, before everything, I was certain I heard something speaking.
It's a skull. It was dug up out of the ground less than a week ago. Can't eat things? or talk. It's not a homing beacon.
It's the head of a centuries-old vampire. Who knows what it's capable of?
It doesn't matter, because we're going to York. We're getting the train. We'll arrive in London by evening, and this entire nightmare will be over.
I'm not sure about the train. I mean, we've got no money. What if they throw us off before we reach London? What if they detain us, search our bags?
We'll jump the barriers up. Christ, I don't know. Steal someone's ticket. I don't care. And I've no intention of changing our plans just because Jonathan had a bad morning. Come on, this way.
For the sake of the recorder, we've just reached a pub called the Sailboat.
They don't have a phone. I'm fucking stealing one.
So, Mina, Jonathan, if you wake up surrounded by people...
Try not to make us look insane, please.
Afternoon. What can I do for you both?
Oh, hello. You haven't got a phone we can use, do you? It's an emergency.
Aye. Just down there. In Wall near the end of the bar.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm going first.
Eager man, your husband. Bet on some horses, did he?
He's not my husband. He's my colleague.
Right. You two okay? You look rough.
It's just a long hike. And I've hurt my ankle.
Oh. Well, can I get you anything while you wait?
Well, 2 tap waters, please. And maybe some painkillers, if you've got them, please.
Right, you are.
So, this is where we are, just in case. Oh, God, I'm tired.
You are still in a queue. We will get to you as soon as we can. Your
For
call
fuck's
is
sake.
important to us.
Ah, Mr. Larkin, there you are.
Madeline. Oh. Mrs. Harker.
Good afternoon to you, too. I assume it is afternoon, yes? I see we've reached civilization.
Something approaching it, yes.
How are we faring? I haven't had time to listen to Madeline's recordings yet.
We're going to York and we're getting the train. I'm trying to call the damned officers again, so if you don't mind...
That remains the plan? Even after this hack? What does Madeline say?
Madeline agrees with me, obviously, so...
She does?
Of course she does. Look, can't you see? I am trying to make a fucking phone call.
Please don't take that tone with me, Mr. Larkin. I shall wait with the bags if I really must.
How kind. Oh, just fucking brilliant.
You are still in a queue. We'll get to you as soon as we can. Your call is important to us.
Hello. I feel like I blacked out for a second just then. Mina, did you wake... Any luck?
Same bloody hotline. Left another message. Told them we're alive and getting the train to London. With any luck, someone will pick us up, or at least acknowledge our fucking existence.
That would be nice. Did I leave for a second? There's nothing on the recorder, but I could have sworn that...
Mrs. Harker decided to go for a little walk. I directed her back to your seat.
Ah, I see. Thank you. You know, I was thinking last night about the ghosts. About the timing of all this. Right after we found the head.
No, I am not having this discussion with you. This isn't our problem. Once we get to London, it won't be our problem.
Well, you think the Foundation will know how to fix this? Work out why the Harkers are here?
Or prove why we're having a shared mental breakdown. Whatever it is, I refuse to have anything more to do with Mr. or Mrs. Harker or that fucking head.
You know, for a Foundation director, you seem remarkably unhappy with the details of your job.
This is not my job. I am supposed to be sitting in the London offices coordinating investors, charity functions, everything nice and normal about this fucking company. Not find myself possessed by a fucking ghost and ferrying some skull across the English countryside.
So, what were you doing in Whitby?
I was volunteered.
But you're still high up in the company. Isn't there, I don't know, an executive emergency number you could call? Maybe a Foundation safe house?
Oh, yes, because I know anything about that.
But you're senior management.
I'm not senior anything. My father decided to maroon me in fucking Whitby so he could have even less to do with me than he already did. And, given how he's decided not to pick up the phone for the last 3 days, I might as well be a fucking intern for all that it matters.
Hold on. Your father is Jonathan Harker III. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Does it matter?
Well, I think it might matter just a little bit, yes, considering we've been running across the Yorkshire moors for the past 3 days.
Yeah, all right, keep your voice down.
And considering who exactly is possessing you right now, I think that might actually be very important information to share.
My father would barely speak to me before this happened. And now, even his fucking hotline is screening my calls. And for your information, I am not...
Here you go. 2 waters. Oh, and my wife found some painkillers in first aid kit.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Whereabouts were you two hiking then?
Oh, here and there. Lovely weather for it, right, Jeremy?
Beautiful.
First timers, I see. Hey, you didn't spot anything nasty on your travels, did you? Only on account of your leg?
Nasty?
She caught her foot in a rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole.
Ah, that'll do it. Apparently some rich bloke's pet jagger got loose a few days ago. Killed 2 people. Police have been up and down moors trying to find it, closing all footpaths. I'm surprised you've not heard it. We've had people come in with all sorts of stories.
Oh, that's...
We keep some papers on bar, if you fancy a look. Well, it might not help you sleep at night, but it pays to be prepared.
Thank you so much.
Escaped jaguar. Is that...
Foundation protocols. We've had them in place for years. Gives us plausible deniability in case anything happens.
Have you ever had to use them before?
Funnily enough, not until the Harkers showed up.
2 people killed.
Just be glad it wasn't us.
No, I really don't think it's a good idea to keep walking, even to York.
Of course it's a good idea. It's the only good idea we've got.
People have died, Jeremy. What if the head really is leading the thralls? Shouldn't we hole up somewhere, keep ourselves protected, and
what? They're not the monsters while we wait for someone to call. I don't fucking think so. The train is our only hope of getting anywhere. Look, when I spoke to Mina earlier, she agreed with me, okay?
She did? But what about the thralls?
They can have a wonderful time chasing a high-speed vehicle.
I'm being serious.
So am I. The Foundation should be dealing with them by now. Look, I just want to sit somewhere warm and away from nature for 5 fucking minutes.
I just wish someone knew where we were. I'm going to use the phone and see if I can get hold of Arthur.
You're leaving me here? On my own?
What, you left me? Here, I'll leave you with a recorder. If Jonathan reappears, he knows how to use it.
How nice for him.
Hey, it's Arthur. Sorry I can't come to the phone right now. Probably beavering away underground. So leave a message after the beep and I'll get back to you ASAP. Oh, come on, Arthur! Where are you?
Dr. Lake's office, and please, for the love of God, tell me this is computer maintenance.
Tim, it's Arthur Jones from the Westernra.
Arthur? Oh, Jesus Christ, how are you doing? What's going on? We've barely been told anything.
It's fine, it's fine. We're running just about every protocol under the sun, I think, but we're holding things together. I'm in Amsterdam.
Is it true about the Westernra building? The biological archive?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Oh, come on, Arthur. It's hardly like I'm a bloody secretary.
Sorry, Tim. It's strict orders from Mr. Harker. We've got to keep this as contained as possible.
Then why are you calling?
How's the hand?
Excuse me?
Has it moved lately? Any new readings?
We sent our report last week.
Please, just answer the question. Mr. Harker's got me ringing everyone in biological storage, even the Texas building. We need a fresh report on each of the limbs sent over immediately.
I mean, the last I checked, the hand's the same as it's always been. What's this about?
Just following protocol. Like I said, I'm doing everything I can to keep things sane over here. Please, Tim.
Well, I'll ask Henry to draw up a report when she's back from holiday, although I doubt it'll tell you anything new. Our computer system's been acting up, so don't hold your breath on it being a quick job.
We need it done as soon as possible. Call everyone back from leave if you have to.
Right.
Send it to my account. I'll pass it on.
Will do. Arthur, what's going on?
I really wish I knew, Tim. I wish any of us knew.
Hello?
Oh, hi, Mum. It's me.
Oh. Well, hello, darling. You don't usually use the landline. How's your holiday?
Good, yeah. It's good. Lots of fresh air.
I can't tell you how relieved we were that you'd taken the time off. When we heard what happened in Whitby the other night, you know, it was...
Yeah, I know. I'm fine. I promise.
Are you sure? You don't quite sound yourself, darling.
I just wanted to hear a friendly voice. You know, it's been a lot. With the new job and the news. So you heard from Arthur then, about my holiday?
Well, he called last night and asked if we'd heard from you. Sounded very out of sorts, poor thing. I suppose he's stuck in the thick of it, being in charge. You know, I thought of you both this morning, that foundation of yours. Saw a trailer on the telly for that new Thomas Van Helsing film, you know, the one with the...
I've not been able to get a hold of Arthur, middle of nowhere and everything. So if he calls again, tell him I'm on my way to London. Please, tell him I'll be there soon to say hello, if he's there. Tell him I'm okay.
I thought you were on a walking trip.
Yeah, I am, but after I'm done, I'm spending a few days in London, just to catch my breath. Just tell him I'll be there.
Oh, I'll let him know, sweetheart. You two haven't had a falling out, have you?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Oh, good. You stay safe, love, all right? Your father and I were so worried about you before Arthur called. Just the thought of something happening. Well, it's just lovely to hear your voice.
Yeah, you too. Bye, Mum. I love you. And, so my love to Dad as well, please.
I will.
The giant trees are bending, their bare boughs weighed with snow, and the storm is fast descending, and yet I cannot fucking go. This is Jeremy, once again documenting the downward fucking spiral of my life. Seems I would rather recite Bronte to a bloody recorder than maintain eye contact with a backpack. You must be going as mad as I am, Jonathan, if you think the thing in there did anything like eating a rat.
Recording again.
Keeping myself sane, if you must know. Any luck?
Arthur didn't pick up. Called my mum instead.
How lovely. And what tips did she have for fighting the undead?
I told her to let Arthur know we're headed to London. If your call doesn't go through, there's a chance mine will.
Oh, God, this is a mess.
We'll have to try our best with the train, won't we? Jump the barriers, I suppose. Hope nobody kicks us off before we get to London.
You're agreeing with me. What made you change your mind?
I just want this to be over. I want to go home. Tell my mum how I'm really doing. Find out how Arthur is. I don't want to spend another moment stuck here not knowing. And if Mina agrees with you... How long until we reach York?
We should be there by the evening, if we're fast.
Good. Your father really hasn't answered your calls?
No.
I'm sorry. I can't imagine not being able to talk to my parents.
Oh, no. We're not doing this either. Longest blackout of my bloody life, I refuse to wake up and have a heart-to-heart with you inside a fucking pub.
Why not? I mean, considering we're stuck together, as you're so fond of telling me, we're both tired and miserable and missing home, but at least we're not alone, right? No matter how alone we might feel.
It's just the problem, isn't it? We're all stuck here like this. Look, my father and my job, they're just the way they are, all right? Now, would you please stop being kind to me?
Fine. To us?
Don't push it.
To us. And to getting back home to the people who love us.
To us. And surviving this fucking nightmare.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Arthur.
Who is... Faye?
Who did you think it was?
Half the people I work for, honestly. Look, I'm really sorry. I can't talk right now.
I know you're busy. I just wanted to pass on a message from Maddie.
Maddie? She rang you?
From a pub somewhere, I think. Sounded like she's having a lovely time on her walk.
Did she say which pub? Did she tell you exactly where she was?
Well, I would have thought she'd have told you that, love. Now, are you sure you've not had a falling out?
No. It's just, with everything that happened at Whitby, it's all been a bit much over here.
Of course. Now, she said to tell you she's headed for London. Sounded like she'd be there very soon. Perhaps you can catch her there.
Really? That's fantastic news. Yes, I'm sure I will. Send my love to Keith, and, thank you, Faye.
Of course. Best of luck with everything, dear. I was so sorry to hear about the building in Whitby.
Right, of course. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
As Madeline is so eager to provide updates, this is Jeremy reporting that we are in York. We've made it to fucking York.
And it only took 4 horrible days.
Well, it would have been quicker. How's your foot?
It's nothing to worry about.
It's not nothing. You look awful. If you can't walk, we'll have more fucking problems to deal with.
Oh, forever the optimist. Fine. My foot is a problem. It hurts a lot. But I have my stick.
We're almost at the station. You'll get a chance to rest, and we'll get to London without another endless cross-country hike. I'm sure that'll do us both the world of good.
What do we do when we get to London? We'll need to leave detailed instructions for the Harkers.
Oh, Christ. Just the thought of those two dawdling around London, where people might see us, them.
Have you got, I don't know, a friend you can call? Someone who can help us get from the station to the office?
No.
I'm not suggesting a father, just a friend. Even an acquaintance.
Regrettably, Miss Townsend, anyone I could call has been refusing to answer the phone for the last 3 days. So my vast and varied circle of fucking friends will have to wait.
There's really nobody else?
No. Funnily enough, some of us enjoy our own company.
With such charming manners as yours.
Let's just get to London, please. And if our delightful co-passengers could stay quiet for once, I would be much fucking obliged. Hello. This is Jonathan.
And this is Mina.
As you can no doubt hear, we are travelling together on the 10:23 train service to London King's Cross from York. We are alone in this carriage. Unlike the carriages of our time, which had compartments, these carriages must hold at least 90 people, maybe more. We are sitting together at a table.
The train is wonderful, as I hoped it would be. It is sleek, modern, and distinguished. It is a little disconcerting how fast we are going, but I feel honoured to ride inside such a beautiful engine.
There is more than one beauty present. My darling, of course, is also beside me.
Oh, Jonathan. oh, darling, it is so good to see you. I was beginning to fear we may never find ourselves together again.
It seems fate has smiled upon us at last. I heard your recordings on Miss Madeline's device. I knew you were here.
And I heard of how you helped save us last night.
Then you have also heard how that monster's head has been reanimating. How it has begun to feed. You must help me convince our companions, my love. Make them see how important it is that we destroy him.
We will, my darling, we will. The Foundation shall help us, I am certain of it. This moment right now is for us, together.
It feels like an age since I last touched you. An age longer since we last kissed.
Oh, no, we mustn't. These are not our bodies to use in that way. We are passengers here, nothing more.
You are right, of course. To use the body of another without their permission, it is almost vampiric. We have done enough damage already.
Perhaps we can ask? We already have the recordings with which to communicate. Perhaps if Mr. Larkin and Miss Townsend were made aware of our wishes...
From what I've learned of Mr. Larkin, he would sooner tread on needles than grant any wish from me.
Well, he certainly is a sour one, but perhaps there is something in him that may lean towards understanding. And if he says no, well, that will be entirely within his right.
Of course. To know you are beside me is more than enough, my love. And now we are at last together. I wanted to ask...
Yes?
In your recordings, these last few days, you mentioned... Well, perhaps I could have misheard, but...
Oh, Jonathan, I shouldn't have been so offhand. I should have told you outright.
So it's true? We had a son?
A beautiful son. The most wonderful son I could ever have hoped for.
Oh, Mina.
We didn't know yet, that night in the mountains. I realized only a week later. I called him Jonathan Quincy, after the two beautiful souls we lost.
Quincy, too. I didn't know.
You saved us. Both of you. It felt only right that you be commemorated in our son.
And... did our boy lead a good life? Did you?
I led as good a life as I could. I had good friends, firm friends. I helped create the Foundation. I helped...
Did you find love again?
No, darling. Not after you. Not after our son.
I wouldn't have minded if you had. It's all I ever wanted for you, my darling. That you were loved. That you lived well.
I was loved, I promise, by so many. But let us not speak of loss. Not now, not yet. I wish only to spend this brief time with you.
Of course.
Would you look at that?
What is it?
We neglected to stop recording. I apologize, Madeline, for such an intimate message.
It's Jonathan. We have been on the train for an hour and a half. We have only one more stop between us and London.
If the Foundation still resides where I remember it, it shouldn't be too great a challenge to make our way there. Although I dare say the route has changed since I last visited.
Once we find ourselves in London, we shall ask for directions. Surely it won't have changed so much as to be unrecognizable.
Another adventure for us, my love.
Precisely.
Oh! What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, Johnny, be careful.
Oh, look, you stay here.
It's probably nothing. We are not accustomed to the sounds of this train, after all. Madeline warned me it would sound more visceral on the ear.
Maybe so, but I will still investigate. Who's there? Oh.
Hello, sir. Tickets, please.
Yes, tickets. Tickets. If you would step this way, my wife, sir. Mina, this man wants our tickets.
Tickets? Tickets. Yes, they'll be in one of our bags, Johnny.
I do need to see them.
Well, quite.
You seem very nervous, sir. Are you all right?
Of course I am. My wife and I have simply been travelling all day, and we are both very tired.
I I'm so sorry. Mr.
Francis.
Francis, yes. Unfortunately, Francis, I can't seem to find our tickets.
I see. You'll have to pay the penalty fine or pay for a ticket, which might work out cheaper. I'll just check the prices.
Good sir, it is late at night, and we...
Look, mate, you can try pulling on my heartstrings all you like, but it's my job to check your ticket. I'll get you the best deal I can, but I can't let you off this train unless you...
What on earth? There you are! What the hell? What are you doing? Sir, get back!
You killed him!
Where is he? Where is the Count? It's you. One of his vampires. But I thought that you were destroyed.
I remember your face. Who are you? Another servant?
Who we are is none of your concern. Stay away from us. You have no power here.
Give me the Count!
We will not.
Oh, Jonathan!
You are not strong enough to fight me! I will not ask again. Where is the Count?
Oh, don't tell her anything.
Don't you dare touch my husband!
Lena! I have waited too long for this. Tell me now. I smell him on you.
Please, the bag. It's in the bag.
Jonathan, don't!
The bag!
Lena, I'm coming.
No. I'll protect the bag.
It's all right. She can't touch it.
At last. It is finally mine.
What?
Garlic. Madeline and I covered the head in it this morning.
We are now approaching Stevenage. Please alight carefully and take all your belongings with you.
We need to get off this train.
Jonathan! The bag!
I've got it. I have the recorder and the head. We must leave, darling.
The conductor.
I cannot help him.
Give it to me!
Never!
How dare you? You can't see it.
It's okay, darling. I've got you. Here, lean on me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Johnny.
Give it to me!
Don't come any closer. You can't.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's Mr. Larkin. I can feel him. Oh, not now, please. I need to stay.
Oh, Jonathan.
What? You.
Outside, quickly.
Fuck. Stay with me. Oh, fuck. I don't know what happened. Oh, this place is empty. I don't know what to do. What do I do?
You have reached the number of Thomas Van Helsing. I'm probably out or at an audition, or I'm too lazy to answer the phone right now. Leave me a message after the beep and I'll get back to you at some point.
Tom, it's Jeremy. Please don't fucking delete this message. You have every right to, and Christ knows I wouldn't blame you, but I really need your help. You're the only person I could think to call. I'm in Stevenage. There's a phone box on the high street. I keep hearing police sirens, and I think they've already closed the fucking station. I can't let them find us. There's a woman with me, Madeline. She's bleeding and she won't wake up. I need to get her somewhere safe, but we can't go to a hospital. All our things are gone, and... it's the foundation, Tom. After everything... and everything's gone to total shit. I don't think I have to tell you what that means. Do you remember when we were children, the sister? There's a church across the street next to a museum. I'm going to bring Madeline there and try... Oh, fuck, I don't even know. Find a first aid kit or something. Just keep her conscious. If you're able, if you can still bear to look at me after all this time, Tom, please, please, come and get us. I don't know what else to do. I'm sorry.
You have been listening to The Homeward Foundation, written and produced by Fiona Thui and Georgia Cook. In this episode, Madeline Townsend and Mina Harker were voiced by Rebecca Root. Jeremy Larkin and Jonathan Harker were voiced by Sean Carlson. Arthur Jones was voiced by Samuel Clemens. Dr. Lake was voiced by David Alt. Faye Townsend was voiced by Floyd Kennedy. The Sister was voiced by Jackie Kalista. Pub Landlord was voiced by Kareem Cromfley. Train Conductor was voiced by Jonathan Carley. Reporter 1 was voiced by Floyd Kennedy. Reporter 2 was voiced by Anusha Battersby. Collins was voiced by Lou Sutcliffe. Thomas Van Helsing was voiced by Basil White. Foundation Phone Voice was voiced by Becky Wright. Train Tannoy was voiced by Georgia Cook. The episode was directed by Samuel Clemens. Script editing by Catherine Armitage. Sound design and engineering by Benji Clifford. The theme music was composed and produced by Duncan Muggleton, and the episode art was produced by Georgia Cook. The Homeward Foundation podcast is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. To view a copy of this license, visit creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0. With thanks to the following Kickstarter backers: Scott Matthewman, John Black, Hamish Steele, Georgia's Mum, Paul Simpson, Leela B, Elias Lillian, John Ryan, Sarah Miller, Ree Dracula, Tamara Gentry, Code_Earth, Nika, Janica M, Beck Fisher, Leyland, Elliot Blaze Cameo, Beatrice, Pete Della, Freya Goutier, Sue, Wesley Octavia, Ray, John Lee Rees, Dathan, Michael Velez, Paul J. Guest, Vincent Vaughan, Audum, Leela Morris, Ivy Hanover, Ollie Larson, A Stranger Giving the Strange Welcome, Cuvée, Frozen Thoughtbox, Attorney, Fisher, Robert Valentine, DJ Nerd, LC, Kitty, Pacific S. Obadiah, Matt Fitton, Aaron Femia, Maddie Sainsbury, Lucian Spooner, Rowan Barnett, Happy One, Pele Frid, Olivia Jenner, Kristen Everson Hurst, Chris Gregory, Kate Kay, Megan Stanley, H.B. Mitchell, Madison Fitzgerald Russell, S.M. Colgan, Katrin S., Jemana Madledge, Josh Wanisco, Josh Burgess, without whom this episode could not have been made.
Okay, hopefully you can hear us, and hopefully everyone can hear each other this time. Hello, Georgia. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you currently. That might be a me problem over a you problem. Why is that? You are muted there. You are muted there. Where are you not muted? Let's try this one. Talk for me. Oh, can't hear you yet. I'm just gonna unmute everything on the top on here, just in case it is relevant. Okay. We cannot hear you, and we can hear Theo but not Georgia is what's coming up on here. I've checked, you are unmuted on my end, and you're definitely unmuted on the on Video Ninja. So it is unfortunately a Georgia's end problem. Oh, I can see it's coming through. Speak an interpretive dance, Georgia, says Dan. Let's see if I can figure out anything else on here. You should be coming through though, because you're part of the right, mute. Right, talk for me. Okay, that's not useful, is it? Audio settings. Your volume's up. Are you using your microphone? Interesting. Oh, right. That's my webcam. I don't think that's going to be useful actually, because it's not correct. You are fine. Talk again for me. Oh, interesting. It's very odd that you are not coming through. You should be coming through. Sorry about this, everybody. We didn't have this issue earlier. We could hear Georgia, but now she couldn't hear me, and now it's the other way around. Oh boy. What is going on? I'm streaming through Streamlabs, Dan. Okay, it might be that I have to answer questions on my end, and Georgia will answer in the chat. I think that's what we're going to try to do, if we cannot get this to work. But it's just very odd, because you should be coming through on this end, but for some reason, refresh. Okay, we're going to give it a go. If you want to try every so often to speak, Georgia, and we'll see if it comes through. But it is like suggesting that it is. Yes, okay. Right, so basically, if you have any questions about the episode, I mean, we had a really good time rewatching it. We'd love to chat about the making of it, the writing of the episode. So really, it's a really good opportunity to ask us really any questions you might have. Yeah. So yeah, any passing thoughts? I think George and I were talking about this earlier, and I think we're just so pleased about the train scene. It took a hell of a lot of work to get right. It's particularly Sam and Benji, I think, spent quite a few hours working together to make sure that like where things were in the scene, in terms of like where the recorder was, where Mina and Jonathan were, where the sister was, where the conductor was. It was all pretty insane. So, you know, I think they spent quite a few hours after the first initial draft trying to make sure that everything was working. Oh, actually, I think... no, I don't want to mute sound. Why is... No. Sites can play sound. Sorry, I think I realise what the problem might be with our... So, sorry. Hello, Georgia, can you speak for me? Speak for me, Georgia, if you can. Just now that you can't hear me. Take it you can't hear me. Oh, Georgia,
Hello?
speak. Can you hear me?
Hello? Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you now.
Oh God, was it a you thing?
It was me. It was a me thing. I'm so sorry.
There we go. Now we're 1 for 1. The last one was me.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
you.
Fantastic. We are
Okay.
all together
Brilliant.
now. Right. So, see this. This is good. We're getting it out of the way early. That we're rubbish at this, so we'll hopefully get better as the live streams go on. So yeah, Georgia, in terms of chatting regarding the train scene,
Yes.
have you got any highlights from the train scene you wanted to talk about?
Oh, you know it's the Sam cut that we've got.
Yes.
We have in our possession a version of the train scene in which Sam, who is our director and who also plays Arthur, had to do all of the voices because we recorded the scene on 2 separate days, one for Jackie, who plays brilliantly the sister, and then one for everyone else in the scene. So there is a cut now where Sam plays the sister for everyone else, and then where he plays everyone else for Jackie. And it's beautiful, and we love it, and we have that, and we may put that on our Patreon at some point, the Arthur cut.
Yeah, we'll have to convince Benji. Like, can you release?
Could you just
Sam's
slot
stuff?
this together?
That'd be so.
It doesn't have to sound good, Benji. It just has to be.
It has to be, yes. Again, thank you for your patience with the audio. I know it's a bit rubbish that this happened, but again, hopefully we'll be able to move forward with all the dishes. Basically, I'm using a system now that means that hopefully we can invite guests and not screw up the audio for them. So this was really a test run for us to be able to chat to you guys.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you so much for your patience today, and hopefully you enjoyed watching the video either for the first time or again. But yes, in regards to the episode, we'll go back. Shall we start from the beginning? Shall we have a little chat about and just kind of go through the kind of the main scenes?
If anyone has any questions, please put them in the chat. This is the Q&A portion. Otherwise, we will just ramble.
We're
quite
can just
good at
ramble quite easily.
now.
Yeah, so let's start off. The first scene then is Arthur and his press conference.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun because we only really very briefly meet Arthur in a voice message in the pilot, and he's the last person to speak. So to give him a bit more of a moment in the episode,
An introduction,
really
and it was so nice. We got Anisha, Floyd, and Lou to play our 3 news reporters. That was really fun to get them involved for a scene.
It was also quite fun to include the Whitby Gazette, which is obviously the same newspaper back in Dracula that reports on Berserker the Wolf having his...
Following a time-honoured tradition of animals escaping, which we have since found out was actually a minor news story in 2024. We did not know this while we were writing it, but in the time that this episode is set, there was sightings of wildcats on the Yorkshire Moors.
Yep.
So that is art accidentally imitating life.
Yep.
Or
and
maybe
it really was an accident.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Maybe the Foundation really was putting up their protocols, which is just so much fun. So yeah, and also, yeah, just again, Lou Sutcliffe is an amazing human being, and it was so nice to ask them to help with Collins. Anusha, again, just it was just so nice to have such lovely people doing these little roles because they wanted to be part of the project. So we are so grateful. And what was really nice with Floyd, because we originally employed Floyd for just the reporter role, and then we were like, oh, I wonder if she would be really good for Maddie's mum. And then on the day of recording, which was fantastic because Floyd can get her audio to work, and she was swearing and cursing. It's like, are we sure she shouldn't be playing Jeremy's mum at this point? It was very funny. But I already knew Rebecca, so she had this great like chemistry with Rebecca already.
Yeah, it turns out they had been teaching together, which we hadn't known, so they'd worked together in the past, which was really, really lovely to facilitate that reunion.
So there was that. Yeah, so it was all good. And then Benji, I think, did some of the ad-libs for the other reporters. Like, Mr. Harker, Mr. Harker,
I was wondering where the ad-lib came from, because I've had to do crowd scene stuff before for audio, for Big Finish stuff. And it's one of my worst nightmares getting into the booth at the end of the day to do the Wild Track, which is what it's called. So I was like, where did that come from? That all sounds really nice. Yeah.
I think Lou did give us some like wild ad lib.
I think everyone gave us some wild, which I'm very, very grateful for. Again, I would not be good at providing that.
Thank you. we do actually have Georgia is a cameo in this episode.
I am every automated voice that you will hear is me. Apart from the Foundation phone voice, we didn't trust me for that. That's our wonderful Becky Wright, who is also every thrall.
This wonderful, like, massive difference between phone voice and thrall. Okay, so moving on past the reporter scene, we get Jonathan having a bit of a panic about the head because it seems to have eaten a rat, and it's just gross. I think you were telling me earlier, you think that might have been the first scene we wrote in after we'd got the Kickstarter funded.
Yeah, so we had all of season 1 written before we got the Kickstarter set up. That was the thing that we wanted to do, is make sure that we had an entire season of scripts written before we pitched it to people. So it was there. And then once we knew we had the money, we went in and we did all of our second drafts before handing them off to our script editor, Kat, who then did the other drafts with us. So I think that scene with Jonathan was the very first scene that we added in after we knew that we were going ahead with production. So it's a very nice special scene to have once we knew that Homewood was going to be a thing.
And it's just the birds stopping is such a creepy moment. You're like, oh no, because when you know it's coming as well, you can hear Benji just very softly, the birds
just take out the birds,
they disappear, and you're like, oh okay, not cool, don't like that at all. Yeah, so while we're rambling, please, if there's any questions in the chat, please do add them. We are here to listen and to answer any questions you may have. Obviously, we will not be telling you spoilers, but we may be able to do some hinting and some fun reveals if you wish. Yes, trying to think. So after the Jonathan scene, we then obviously have Jonathan talking in the kind of calming himself down, recording a message really for Mina afterwards, and him having a little chat with Maddie about, and Maddie being like, I'm not your wife. And Johnny's like, well, I know that, but also
he's having a hard time. He's struggling, bless him. I always, when we write scenes for him, I always remember that he is the youngest member of the cast. Technically, he is 24.
Yes.
He died when he was 24. And he hasn't lived the life that Mina lived. So he's very much still out of his depth and trying really, really hard to be brave.
Yeah.
I love that for him. I love Jonathan.
We love we are honestly the Jonathan Harker fan club here at Homewood Towers. We love Jonathan Harker very much, and it's nice. Sean brings such a innocence and naivety to him, but also quite a lot of fierce loyalty and I'm trying to think of the words for it now. I'm a much better writer than a speaker.
He wants to smack that head so badly. He wants to just boot that head desperately.
Yeah, don't we all, really? Yeah, it's very cool. I'm trying to think anything else about that scene. I mean, obviously Maddie, still injured after her fall attack, is like, I'm fine. She's very much the I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine.
I just want to get out of this. I just want to get to a place, please.
Then after that, Jeremy comes back.
Jeremy returns. We did this scene, did this whole episode as much as we could, again, apart from the end scene, in sequence, which is what we did for most of the episodes, as long as we could. And we had little applause in chat when he returned.
He went from Jonathan, so sweet and so accommodating and all that stuff, and then
There he is, here to make trouble. It's Mr. Larkin. He's come back.
he's throwing
Poor
up in a
Matthew.
bush and he's not happy. Which, you know, and to be fair, you have to give credit to Jeremy in some respect. He's been gone for a while, so he's gone from, you know, probably being like going to sleep to just being somewhere completely random, probably tired from walking all day and feeling unwell and and still stuck in the situation he hopes is a really bad dream. So, you know, I feel like in a way I'd definitely be more Jeremy than Maddie, but hopefully.
Oh, Maddie's taking it so well. She's doing so good.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, and then we get the pub scene, which we loved writing. I think that originally that scene, I think, was on a park bench outside. And
it was in the pub garden, and it was very sedate. And Kat, again, our brilliant script editor, Kat Armitage, came back to us and said, this is sort of working, but it needs to have more movement to it. It's very just like people sitting down talking. And that's when we added in the phone conversations, and when we added in more moving around, and when we added in the barkeeper, obviously played by the wonderful Kareem Confley, who is also very, very brilliant, and we loved having him in for his cameo. She just managed to make that scene sing, which is why we always recommend getting in an editor if you can.
Yeah, definitely, because I think, like, we've been, you know, talking about these characters for so long. It's very hard for us to sometimes see out of the bubble we've created. It's having someone come in with such passion for the project to be like, I want this to work, but I think this needs fixing so that what you want to happen can flow. And we're like, oh yeah, why didn't we see that before? Like, it's so joyous to have an editor for that reason. So yeah, I do recommend. Agreed. Love the pub scene as well for Jeremy doing a spot of poetry reading. Well, poetry reciting. And him desperately trying to call homeward again and failing again.
It's Jeremy versus the voice machine.
Yes. We love that.
Of course, this is also where he lies. He lies. He does a little lie.
He does a little lie.
Lies to Mina.
Oh, the consequences of our actions, Jeremy. Maybe that's what happens right now. So he lies to both of them, doesn't he? He lies both to Mina and to Maddie about the fact they both want to get on the train in the end. We meet Maddie's mum. And again, we've mentioned the wonderful Floyd. Floyd was so good. And I think it just really gave a life to Maddie's mum. Of like, I feel like I know that woman. I've definitely met that woman before. And just being so sweet and just being like, you two haven't had a falling out. It's like, no, Mum, just on a walking
just having
holiday.
The worst week of my life.
And then the conversation about like, why does Jeremy do what he does? Why is he doing this job? And their discussion about Jeremy's father being the CEO, Jonathan Harker III. And I always love Rebecca's delivery of her being like, I think that's quite important information for me to know, actually. It always makes me laugh. Very good. We leave the pub. Is there anything else you want to mention about the pub? I mean, apart from the brilliant sound design. Before we go anywhere, Benji Clifford is an absolute legend. Obviously, we're going to talk about the train scene again, but he is an absolute legend. And everything he seems to touch, he just gives like, he just adds so much to the scenes. Even adding things. I was like, oh, I didn't write that in the sound design, but of course you put that in. Like, it's just so good. So yeah. Yeah, then we get to York. The gang get to York. I think that section's called The Gang Get to York.
The gang, they make it to York. Jeremy has no friends.
Sorry, it's so
Maddie
true.
isn't surprised.
Yeah, everyone is just desperate to get on this train, and I think it's you who loves the transition from the end of that scene into the next
My
scene.
favourite thing I've ever written, which is just the cheapest joke you could possibly write, which is Jeremy saying, "I really hope the Harkers don't arrive for this train journey," and then you smash cut immediately to the train, and the Harkers have arrived.
And they finally get to reunite.
Boy, they've arrived.
Oh boy, yes they have. Yeah, and we get to, have Johnny and Mina have a heart-to-heart and discuss the importance of consent in their current forms and
discuss their son.
Discuss their baby. Jonathan Quincy, obviously in the novel he is Quincy Harker, but as we are slightly off tilt to the canon of Dracula due to the book being based on real events, Jonathan Quincy Harker, is their son, and I think it's just it's been so sweet for them to get to discuss that together, because Jonathan's like, I think you mentioned a son, and then, my son, okay.
I mean, we could have drawn it out for longer with them never quite being able to talk to each other, but I think we wanted to give them that moment of catharsis, especially given sort of Maddie and Jeremy basically always bickering. Well, Jeremy is always bickering with Maddie. I don't know if Maddie's always bickering with Jeremy. And Maddie and Jonathan have quite a nice friendship going on, but it's a bit tense. And obviously, Mina and Jeremy, there's a tension there. They are not getting on. So it was so nice just to have these two characters who genuinely love each other. Just give them a moment, especially considering what happens next.
Yeah, because we're then really mean to them after that.
Yeah.
But before we run into the sister, we do get what we found to be one of the funniest things we've ever heard in our life. And I think I originally wrote that little bit with the tickets. Funnily enough, I think just when we listened to the first draft of the train scene, I actually witnessed a train conductor going over to a couple being like, yeah, I mean, you've got to pay the fine, or maybe just buy some tickets. I'll find it on my device. And I was like, oh God, I've killed one of you in a scene. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The wonderful Jonathan Carley joined us for recording for that cameo that day. It's like, yeah, Jonathan, you're here for like 4 lines, and then lots of screaming for death screams, please, Jonathan.
He was like, yeah, I've done that before. That's just
no
another
problem.
Tuesday.
So yeah, that was fun. And then, as previously mentioned, just the carnage which was going on in the scene. I think
you should probably mention why tickets is funny.
Oh,
it's because we hadn't realised just how many times we made them say tickets in the span of about 20 seconds, and so we will now go around the house going tickets, tickets, tickets.
It's like, ooh, tickets, darling. This man wants our tickets. Oh, tickets. We'll go look in the bag. Ticket. Yeah, it's but it works.
This is why you should say your lines out loud before you lock them.
Excuse me. This was always intended. I intended them to say tickets a lot because they're trying to figure out what to do because they do not have tickets. So they keep on saying ticket. I mean, that's what I would do. And if anything, I am doing my best to pretend I have tickets. Oh, the tickets. But yes, bless the Harkers and there. I don't know what would have happened if the sister hadn't attacked. They'd just been like, we have no money.
Just been kicked off.
It's like, you're getting off at Stevenage. Like, I'm going to call the transport police. No, don't do that. Yeah, just freak him out with the head and he runs away. I don't know. Something. But fortunately or unfortunately, the sister turns up. The original, draft of the sister killing the train conductor did generally sound like she had exploded his head.
It was
very
it
intense.
ends up quite visceral and intense in the final edit. In the first edit, it sounded as if she'd popped his head like a tomato. And we had to go back to Benji and say, this is beautiful, we love it, but we might need to tone it down just a smidge.
Just a bit. Could we? And we had to get a few more pain reactions from Rebecca, I think, because we very specifically wanted it to sound like Mina had been stabbed. And I think the sound, like what we had recorded on the initial day, didn't quite work, so we were like, we just need very specific like gasp that we need so it sounds a bit more like she's being stabbed, not, you know, also had her head blown off, which was not what we wanted. So yeah, and the whole scene, like, so Jackie joined us for recording on the second day for that, I think.
Yeah.
And we had to kind of keep turning her gain down because her scream was so amazing.
Jackie is so good at screaming.
So good. You know, and we were just like, could we do that again, but turn down your gain even more? She was like, okay. And then we did it again, and she screamed, and we're like, yep, still breaking the mic. Could we turn down the gain again? We had like, oh, my I don't know how she coped with it, because we were like, ow, my ears, in the best way.
Such a good monster acting. Again, we've got some brilliant monster actors.
Thank you, Becky and Jackie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else before we get to the end, if we've missed anything. Well, we've obviously been introduced the lovely David Alt as Dr. Lake as well earlier on, chatting with Arthur.
It's not a podcast without a David Alt in there somewhere, as we have learned. I think we cast him, and then we realised / remembered that he'd been in Re-Dracula.
Yes.
He had played Arthur Homewood in Re-Dracula, and we're like, oh yeah, of course. Of course.
I think it was because when we said, would you like to be the role of Dr. Lake, I think his response was something similar to, as long as I'm not crying for an hour. And I just didn't get the reference, and then I realised that he did lots of crying as Arthur. And I was like, oh yeah! So yeah, no, it's okay. We're not going to make you cry that much as Dr. Lake. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I guess continuing with the train scene stuff, Jeremy swaps with Jonathan against Jonathan's wishes. He wants to be there for his wife, but no. Jeremy's returning right now. Has a panic attack as he realises what the hell's going on and escapes the train. Such a good scene. I think that included the little ad-lib from Sean as well, if I remember rightly. He says, fuck you.
Oh, after he gets off the train. Yeah, he says the train doors close.
So it's like, fuck you. Like, fair enough. Love that for him.
Love that for him.
Yes.
Let him get a bit hysterical. It's not an episode without a bit of Jeremy hysteria.
It's true. And then, they get...
they're stuck in Stevenage.
They're stuck in Stevenage.
They didn't quite make it into London.
And Jeremy has no friends, so he has to call Tom instead.
Well, he's got an injured Maddie. He's got an unconscious Maddie.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's just happened. He's awoken in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And despite what he told Maddie, he does indeed have one person he can call.
Which we get to meet properly in episode 3, which is all very exciting. And that's really kind of the sum of the episode, really. We really enjoyed writing that one, I think, because especially once we realised the through line, because sometimes when you're writing a series, we knew where we wanted it to end, but getting there is always the hard bit. So it's like, okay,
every episode has to have a mini arc of itself. So like every episode is a little jump, it's a mini story of its own. That makes sense when you say it, but then sometimes when you're writing it, you can lose that understanding. Yeah. Oh no, there has to be a plot to every single plot. And yeah, once we realised what this one was, we had a lot of fun with it. I think some of my favourite bits are coming up in the next couple of episodes, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited.
And excited to introduce some other characters who are major to the series, and we love. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed, episode 2 so far. We've seen some reactions. Thank you so much for any comments, any reviews, any tags on Tumblr, any shares, anything at all. We are just so happy that you've enjoyed episode 2. That's been worth the wait. It has been 7 months, and you guys have been amazing, being so patient.
So patient, thank you.
But I promise that you'll get episode 3 on the 23rd of June. I am going to say that's correct now. 23rd of June. So the general release is the Monday. So not next week, the week after. If you want to join us on Patreon, you'll get the episode a day earlier. If you're a Kickstarter backer, you'll also get the episode a day earlier. So do make sure that you check your inboxes. If you did support us on Kickstarter, likelihood is you've been able to access the episode and you might not know. So please do check. And yes,
and of course, if you have any issues getting to an episode or accessing an episode, then drop us an email or message us anywhere. We run all of our social media, so we will see it pretty much immediately and we can fix it for you.
Yes. Yeah, and then after episode 3, which is called Convalescence, episode 4 will be on 2 weeks after that, and so on and so on. So it's going to be an exciting time.
And we're hoping to do live streams in the middle of every episode drop. So in the week where we don't have an episode, we want to do a live stream, I will likely get my drawing set up and we'll do some drawing, or we'll get an actor or one of our crew to come and have a chat with us about what they do. That'd be really fun. I know some actors have already said yes. And if you would like us to chat to anyone, then let us know and we'll see what we can do about getting them on.
Yes, I think I've had a few people say that they were interested in coming on and chatting, so that's going to be fun too. Do we have any questions at all in the chat? I don't think so at the moment, but this is the opportunity. If there's anything you want to say, anything you'd like to comment on, I can see Dan has said to be stuck in Stevenage is a fate worse than death, which is quite funny. Thank you, Dan. Yes. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Do we want to hint anything for next episode? Or are we going to keep it? We're going to keep it.
No, keeping it stum.
We're keeping it stum. Okay. The boss has said no hints. But I think yeah, it's going to be good. I'm just excited. Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably it from us then. We're not getting any questions in the chat. And we have been technically streaming for an hour, just over an hour and a half. Obviously, we've had some minor difficulties regarding the audio, so thank you so much for putting up with us being unable to understand what the mute button does, because I'm not used to using Google Chrome. It usually tells me if it's on mute, and it did not tell me, so apologies. But yes, hopefully...
Next time we should be in the same room together so we won't have this difficulty.
That's true. That's also very true. That will make things a lot easier. But yes, thank you again. Any closing remarks, Georgia, that you'd like to share?
No, thank you all so much for listening. And we hope you'll join us again for our next live stream, which should hopefully be in about a week's time. We'll get some things sorted. And come bother us. Bother us on our everything. Say hi, send us messages.
Yeah, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Tumblr, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have a TikTok. Please, if you guys love TikTok videos about Homewood, I post very stupid memes on there. So if that's your thing, please go find us on there. Easily found, I promise. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dan. So Dan has said thank you to you two and the rest of the cast and crew for making something amazing. Thank you for helping us make it, because it's You know, we couldn't have made this series without the support of everyone who, you know, either gave us a review, gave us money, shared it on their social medias. That was just as important as the monetary gain, because it meant that more people saw us and were more likely to be able to help. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, we are just so happy to be able to share something that we love with all of you. And we hope that you love it too. So yeah, I think that's a good place to call it quits. Thank you so much for today, and yeah, we'll speak to you guys soon.